Good morning everyone, Justin here and welcome to 4am Art. In this video we're going to be drawing a scarecrow for this holiday, for Halloween. So let's just go ahead and get started. We're gonna imagine that there is a stick here in the middle. And let's kind of have it leaning just a little bit. And within the scarecrow then is a stick for the arms. And let's just make it go this way. And that'll guide us as to where to put the clothes. Alright, so on top here will be a gourd, a pumpkin. So you can imagine that there was a hole here and then the stick ends up right there. Let's put a hat, and the hat of course will more or less follow the top of the pumpkin. There'll be some twine here or something that'll wrap around the hat. And of course we've got our little folds. Alright, so underneath this pumpkin then we will have the jacket or like a coat, and it'll be all folded. So let's just do that and start putting in our basic shapes. So the coat's gonna hang down like so. And this part down here will be fairly dark. So we're going to shade that in quite a bit in a little bit. Let's just go ahead and start defining the stick that's inside. Maybe put a collar here. So we'll just make this up as we go along. So this is kind of like a trench coat, raincoat, whatever. And if the stick ends here, then this coat will start hanging. The sleeve will start hanging at this point. So let's do that. And we'll pretend that this jacket is kind of ragged, so it's got some loose ends. And again, on his left arm, we've got our jacket. Our sleeve's gonna end up to about here, and then it'll start hanging. There's no hands, of course, but here for the pumpkin, we could pretend that it was carved, and so let's just make a simple eye here, and maybe give him a crooked smile, and we'll make it look like it's sewn shut. So we can add some extra detail, such as pockets here maybe, and some rips. And now we can start doing a little bit of shading. Let's go ahead and rough in some of the darker tones now. And we're going to make this look more sketchy. So not really too detailed. So there'll be a cast shadow on the pumpkin just from the hat shadow. So let's put that in, and we can see the bottom of the inside of the hat right here. So let's darken that. So I'm basically just making the shadows more or less on the right side, say, of this hat, and of course the bottom of the sleeves. So you can imagine that the light's coming from the left, And so all these areas that I'm shading will be in the shadows. You can just kind of make this up a bit. So there'll be a cast shadow on the jacket right here from the helmet. I mean, not the helmet. There'll be a cast shadow here from the pumpkin. Make that a little bit darker. And we're going to define these lines a little bit better here shortly. And as I mentioned, this part here will be pretty dark. Shade the stick here a little bit better. And I'm going to switch to a general extra black layout pencil. Let's see if we can get this a little bit darker. Give this a little bit more definition, a little bit more contrast. I've got a Tombow Mono 6B here. Let's see if we can get that even darker. And it looks like it's pretty dark, so let's use this for now. For the really dark tones, which are the inside of the coat. Right now there isn't a lot of contrast, as you can see, but by adding this darker tone we will get much more contrast. And what I'll be doing here as well is I'll be using a mechanical pencil to add some outline and make this even more graphic. So adding some of the darker tones here in the shadows. Which are the lowest part of the sleeves and the inside of the hat here. And we'll go back and touch this up here shortly. So develop this as far as you'd like, whatever seems to look best for you. Everyone has a different idea of what they want. So always try to experiment. If you don't like it, you can change it. I'm going to switch over now to my mechanical pencil, which has 4B lead, and you can see how dark this is. And I'm going to make this fairly outlined. So I'm going to make this with fairly distinct outlines. And we can define the face a little bit clearer. And we're going to add some hay, pieces of hay. Let's say the hay was inside the hat, and now it's kind of hanging, kind of acting as his hair. And these are just parallel lines. And I can always make my shadows a little bit darker here using my mechanical pencil. More hay. I'm going to add some extra rips here as if it got sewn up. And define my sleeve a little bit better up here with the folds. And more hay that filled up the inside of the sleeve. And that should pretty much be it. Just go back, touch up areas that you want to touch up. If you don't like something here or there, just go ahead and do something else. We could use a white pencil or marker to add some more highlights, but I think I'll just leave it at that and just keep this as a pure regular pencil drawing. Maybe make this cast shadow inside a little bit darker. And that should pretty much do it. So I hope you found this video useful. If so, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.